Working on the school paper, I'm used to hearing what people have to say. I've also been on the receiving end of a lot of opinions I didn't ask for. A lot of variations on a theme when it comes to adults talking to folks my age. You're living the best days of your life, so make the most of it. High school's a fairy tale compared to life out in the city. You think you've got it hard? It's a dream compared to what it's like in the real world. But if you ask me, a school is just a city on a smaller scale. The world in microcosm. Some folks have power, a lot of folks don't. There are those just trying to get by, and those happy to test the limits of just what they can get away with. Everyone has their roles to play, and the lucky ones choose their own. Find the path that they want to walk and stride straight down it. Most of us, though, we have the roles we're cast in, and trying to be anything else rarely gets us anywhere. Tell me that's not as true of life out there in the city as it is here at the Forsyth School for Girls. It's just part of being a person, just like falling in love, just like people hurting each other whether they mean to or not, and it all ends the same. Eventually people die, and it's shitty when that happens sooner than you'd planned, but it happens to everyone in the end. There's no avoiding it. Believe me when I say, I'm more aware of that than most. My name is Jack Weiss, and I'm 1/3 of the Forsyth Journalism Society, along with Beatrix Poole and Arden Carraway. Ask pretty much anyone here at Forsyth, and they'll tell you we've got something of a nose for trouble. Arden would say we have an eye and an ear for a story. But she has yet to convince me that being on the school paper isn't just an excuse for her to go poking her way into every interesting situation that happens in the place. Not that I'm in a position to judge her given my predilection for getting into places I shouldn't be. Beatrix probably could. That's her prerogative as one of the prefects of this fine institution we call home, I'm sure. I don't hold it against her that she wields propriety like a weapon. She's awfully good at it. Though that is by far the least interesting thing about her. But I'm not here to talk about the three of us. After all, this isn't really our story, even if it is one that we found ourselves a part of. Like I said, people say we've got a nose for trouble, and that Friday there was more than just spring in the air. And with an announcement ringing across campus for us all to return to the dorms immediately, how are we supposed to resist that?
All students report back to the dormitories immediately.
Hello, and welcome back to Follow the Leader, a podcast focused on telling character-driven stories through the use of GM-less tabletop games where we can all take the lead. Well, we're not doing that today. We're playing a game with the GM. I'm the GM. Welcome to the Follow the Leader Patreon. Yeah, hello.
Thank you for giving us your money.
Thank you for giving us your money. Continue to do so and tell your friends too. You can find us on Twitter and Tumblr at FTLcast. We also have a Patreon, which you're listening to at patreon.com/FTLcast.
We also have a website at ftlcast.com now.
What?
It's very good.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, by the time that this comes out, we'll have had it for a while, but, we should still mention it.
We should.
It's still
should
new and
still
exciting
mention
to us.
It's very exciting.
Even though it
very
also just
new.
has been around for us for a while. It's still always new and exciting.
Today, we are playing City of Mist, a detective role-playing game in a city of ordinary people and legendary powers by Amit Moshe. That is the quick pitch. The full pitch happened last time. Legendary powers.
That's Jericho Chainbreaker.
I was going to say a different joke. But yeah, also Jericho Chainbreaker. Today with me, my name is Zach. You can find me at twitter.com/obfuscatinggod. And since this is going to be happening like 6 months in the future, you can find music I do at iambugbear.bandcamp.com, which will almost certainly have music on it by the time you hear this.
Well, now you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's
Hold
what I
yourself
keep saying.
accountable.
And my pronouns are he, him. Playing with me today, we have...
Hi, I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr at Little Lady Mab. It's weird because I use Tumblr again now. My pronouns are she, her, and I'll be playing Arden Calloway.
I'm Dora. You can find me on Twitter at HarpyDora. My pronouns are they, them, and I'll be playing Beatrix Poole, whose pronouns are she, her.
And I'm Jade. You can find me on Twitter at JadeOxfordRose. Oh, wow. I forgot my own pronouns. I do have them. I use they, them. I have been for a while now.
I
Years,
mean,
in fact.
they're fake.
Yeah.
Gender?
Language is fake.
Language is
so
fake. And we're in the business of make-believe. Today I will be playing Jack Wise, who uses she, her pronouns.
I was looking at the map and I just noticed that Walden Pond looks kind of like West Virginia.
Hold on, now I have to go.
heaven,
It kind of does.
West Virginia.
I mean, it looks kind of like your stomach.
Mountains.
Like your tattoo goes on that way.
Sorry.
Older than the hills. Anyway,
Anyway.
I don't see it, but cool. I don't understand. Yeah, and I play everyone else because I'm the GM. Because we're breaking all the rules this time.
Rules are
welcome back to
fake.
City of Mist. Rules are fake. Last time we met the members of the Forsyth School for Girls Journalism Society, Arden Calloway, Beatrix Poole, and Jack Wise. They had a little mini mystery where they investigated the strange case of one Jane Dearborn. What sort of happened there?
I mean,
Is this Jack's monologue? Is this us?
We can
recounting?
actually,
What's
we actually
happening?
can just record the monologue later.
Mhm. I have ideas for what it is. I was thinking about it earlier. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to do a thing.
Do you want to spin it up off the dome?
I could. That now you've said it. Now you phrase it like that. It's terrifying. Also, we need to do lines and veils.
Oh fuck yeah. Our lines, things we absolutely do not want to see, are homophobia and transphobia, racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, violence against children and animals, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, and unwanted pregnancy. Our veils, things we're fine with addressing but we'll just flay the black on, are seamy situations, graphic depictions of bodily harm, and terminal illness. Now that we've got all that, let's get started. About the violence against children, this is a game where you're all playing teenagers, so probably the threat of violence is present, but you are teenagers. You're not like children, so.
We're also able to defend ourselves and fight back too. So
you have superpowers.
I have super deduction.
Yeah, that's a superpower. A lot of people describe City of Mist as a superhero game. So you have powers. So yeah, you're not defenseless. And no. I guess I suppose that makes most of the difference. But yeah, sorry. Those are our lines and veils, and we will adhere to them. Where was I before that? Monologue.
Recap.
Monologue. Okay, I could try and spin this. Oh god.
No pressure.
Yeah, no, I might have to do it after so I can at least write some key points down. And then
No
I can
worries.
hit the point.
You
I
could-
want to at least try to do a decent hard-boiled narration. I've got a couple of points that I know I want to hit in it.
Honestly, we could just do what we could do is each of you writes a narration for like part of this session, and we split it into 3 episodes.
Oh.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that after the fact. So let's just do a basic recap.
All right.
Of the strange case of Jane Dearborn.
Hmm.
So this is more casual. No need to be hard boiled.
All right, then.
Let's just talk about it, and then we'll do the hard boiled monologues after the fact, and use those as episode intros.
All right. So Jane Dearborn is, like Jack, a scholarship student here at the Forsyth School for Girls, and on a Friday afternoon, which the students have free, Jack ran into her quite literally, and some weird stuff went down. Because while holding on to Jack, who can see the dead and hear them, Jane could also hear ghosts, and that was really weird. And got to talking to Jack and revealed some other strange things about herself, and because Jack apparently doesn't have much in the way of self-preservation, decided to take off her gloves that stop her activating her, her psychometry at all times. And she had a weird vision and basically kind of got an electric shock through her hand, and that was weird. So went to tell her comrades at the Forsyth Journalism Society. And so we did a little bit of investigating into Jane Dearborn. Long story short, she's looked exactly the same for 6 years. She was from an orphanage in town. And also 6 years, there was this weird sort of theft of bodies from the local prison. It's very strange stuff going on. If you understand what the City of Mist is about.
I
super
heard this rumors about some weird scientist that was like, I'll show all of you that my theories aren't crackpot, and then he just like disappears, and then we get this.
Yep. But yes. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting to try and sum up the plot where we're not aware that we are mythos, but we as the players absolutely know what we are. So it's a fun thing to try and summarize.
It's a fun thing to try and guess the mythos, but out of character.
Out of character, yeah. So that is... So the last time the Strange Case of Jane Dearborn, you discovered a number of things about Jane Dearborn. Grossly invading our personal privacy. As
I
detectives
just
want to do.
eavesdropped.
You just spied on her from a lake.
Yeah, well, it didn't work very well. She found out very quickly, so it doesn't count.
She's very cool. And then that day ended when there was a emergency announcement ordering all students to return to their dorms. And the next day is when we pick up. I presume all of you returned to your dorms.
Yeah. Sure. I dragged my feet as long as I could.
I was in the library near head librarian Drake, so I took the excuse to get to the dorms as quickly as I could, quite frankly.
I had to go back and get my stuff and make sure the Journalism Society offices were all locked up and make sure that everything was safe and secure, just in case.
Uh-huh.
Just kept my eyes and ears open, as always.
Kept your eyes and ears open. Well, okay. You want to roll a keep your eyes and ears open sort of look?
I would love to. Just figure out where... Here we are.
Probably you would roll investigate then.
And you
to use your abilities to seek answers to a burning question.
And do you have any relevant tags?
Yes, I'm looking.
Tags. Yes, to remind us all, this game is a game where you do not have hard and fast stats. You have a number of themes that each have tags, and you get bonus gesture rolls by activating those tags.
I have, let's see, under
Looks
my...
like they changed the font on these, too.
Oh, it does fit a little better, yeah. I'm somewhere between nothing is little and a magnifying glass. But, basically, let's see. My use of, looking for tiny little clues in everything. So I'm going to use nothing is little. Just use everything. Ooh, I gotta flip back now. Got how to play this game.
You could also cite the right tool for the right job and see if you have like some binoculars in the journalism room.
Oh, yes.
That also refers to us as people. You are the nosy one good for this. I'd also argue you could maybe tag veneer of respectability, which is why you don't get questioned immediately for dragging your feet getting back to the dorms.
I never get questioned. I'm a great child. I'm a great student.
Mm-hmm.
All right, investigate. I'm just... There we are.
Hey,
Great
that's a 10.
success.
Boom. So you get clues equal to power, and you can spend your clues 1-to-1 to ask me a question about the subject of your investigation, or ask another player a relevant question about their character. I'll just give you either a straight answer or a solid lead. Very cool.
Okay.
So you basically get 2 questions.
Yeah. I mean, just, like, we're in one of the buildings that's sort of removed from the main halls in particular, but I was just curious if there's any, like, what are the faculty, like, whispering about, like, are they mentioning anything when I'm, like, walking through, just peeking about, listening in on conversations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear rumblings about a girl who was taken to the nurse's office. That something happened in the southern lockers, and that they're worried about this girl.
Do we have a name?
Do you want to spend a clue to get a name?
Yeah, I think I would.
Then the name you get is Talia Time. Time spelled Thyme.
I wouldn't have spelled it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I should get paper for making notes rather than trying to type.
I know.
Could be helpful.
If I'm slow in responding, I'm just writing notes. That's...
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so the 2 clues you get: 1, Talia Time. Was the person involved? Is the like the notable figure in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
2, it happened in the Southeast Lockers.
Where's that on the map, Zach?
I've just revealed it.
Ooh.
I guess technically that's the
There.
Northeast Lockers.
Oh God! Why is that
because
map?
the compass.
No, I don't like that.
The compass is north oriented to the right.
Ooh.
That's bizarre.
We'll ignore that compass. Just ignore
I'm
it.
gonna take this big old square and put this over the compass. Yep. And that's the Southeast Lockers over
Thank
there.
you.
So she was found injured in the Southeast Lockers.
She was found in the Southeast Lockers, yes.
All right.
Yeah, but you are swiftly found and
Ferreted away.
Yeah, Julie's like, "What are you doing? They told us to go to our dorms. Go back to the dorms. What are you doing? What's wrong with you?"
I just had to make sure everything was locked up and safe and secure.
It's locked up. Go to the dorms.
I know. I locked it up. Bye. Give her a little salute as I walk off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you all easily all stay in the same dorm, But do you stay, like, what's the room situation?
What is the room situation?
If I remember my years of reading Enid Blyton boarding school books, unless you're like a prefect or like some kind of hype thing, you are at least sharing with one other person.
Yeah.
Normally you're looking at like 4, unless maybe you're like an upperclassman, which I think but you've probably got at least one roommate. Because none of us are head prefects. I know Beatrix is a prefect, but
yeah.
But we could all be on the same floor, especially given that we're all presumably the same year, like whatever upperclassmen or.
Yeah. So what's the vibe when you get home? When you get back to the dorms?
Well, everyone's whispering. But I don't share my secrets because I don't also just talk to anyone. They're all beneath me, thank you.
Incredible.
But I think Arden immediately just kind of goes to her desk and starts writing down notes in her little notebook and kind of like flipping through to see what she might have either on the Southeastern Lockers or Talia. But I am not awake enough to start thinking things off the cuff, so I don't have anything.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
I was just going I'm going to ask my roommate, who I haven't decided who she is, because I was in the library and nowhere else, so I will ask her if she knows anything. Or heard if she's got any idea what's going on.
Yeah.
This is somebody that either probably is like one of the closest things I have to a friend outside of the Journalism Society, or hates me and thinks I'm a weirdo. Well, most people in the school think I'm a weirdo, but considering that I, tend to talk to myself a lot.
Well, she talks to herself a lot too, because she's always practicing monologues, because your roommate is a girl named Isabella Vickery.
Yes, Zachary, thank you for this. Thank you for this gift that you have given me. Thank you.
Arden's like, so have you murdered her yet, please?
This is why Jack is one of the people, like, she's nice. Like,
said no one ever.
Nice. Says everybody.
Then yeah, I will ask Isabel if she has... Isabel's pretty good at listening into stuff that's going around.
Oh, yeah. So the rumor that's going around right now is that someone was murdered in the Southeast Lockers. Now, probably that's not true. But can you imagine if it was? That would be wild.
That's a word for it. And I'm going to side-eye hard to see if Teddy caught up with me at any point. Because he wasn't in the library.
He was not in the library
because the ghosts don't go there.
Ghosts don't go to the library.
Ghosts can't read. No, I'm just kidding.
He's kind of floating. Oh wait, no, he doesn't fly. So he's just kind of.
He could. He don't wanna.
He could. Yeah, you see his fingertips at the edge of the window as he's like climbing up the side of the building. I'm gonna like casually like open the window like I'm after some fresh air and like make it look like I'm looking out the window. Just like So you're telling me that somebody might have been murdered in the Southeast Lockers. I'm just like looking at Teddy as if I'm talking to Isabel. Just like making eyebrows at him. Just like yeah. She says, well, that's the rumor. Probably it's not true. But
something happened over there?
Something happened over there. You know, you would have thought that Arden would have like figured something out about that because she's like a detective, right?
At which point I swivel around to perch on the windowsill to look at her, just like, what is it with you and Arden?
I mean, what was it between Gilgamesh and Enkidu?
Off. I'm just going to be so mad here in my corner.
I mean, I, Jade, don't understand that reference. Jack
It's
might,
gay.
but I don't.
Gilgamesh and Gilgamesh was was like a king of, I think, Babylon or Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, I think, yeah.
And Enkidu is like a god beast of destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like a huge thing
Okay.
for all.
Yeah,
in-
capital
in-
T
in myth.
thing.
Okay.
Italicized.
All
Like,
Underlined.
they were like rivals, and they tried to kill each other, and also there was definitely a lot of
Gotcha. Okay.
text.
Yeah.
Okay. I would just huh. Okay.
I mean, listen, when you find somebody who can match you, or at least come close, you keep them around.
I'll bear that in mind. I'll just glance back at these. So the southeast lockers.
Teddy is like got his arms up, like crossed, like he's just leaning off of the side of the building. Are you saying southeast lockers over and over because you want me to go and check it out?
I just look at him at that point. I do not care. I'm just like, uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Sure. And he just lets go and falls off the building. Are you sending Teddy to
Yes, I'm sending Teddy to go have a nose. Because obviously he's going to be able to get through locked doors and the like.
Sure. What is that? Is that all? That sounds like it's also investigate.
Yeah.
Does it?
Luckily for him, he's invisible and doesn't have to sneak around.
Yeah. Because I'm indirectly using my abilities to seek answers. So this is probably exploring where we shouldn't. I could tag. I don't think I can just tag the relationship generally.
But I mean, he's exploring where he shouldn't.
Yeah, and could I tag the dead speak I listen because he's a ghost that's going to go look and give me the information? Okay. Alrighty. I could arguably tag the right tool for the right job as well.
We don't want to. Maybe less for this one. We don't want to use that one up too much.
That's true. Okay. I'll just roll these two then. Investigate.
All right.
Damn.
Boom.
Well, see, this is
That's a
fun though.
5.
I like misses because they're interesting. So, God, that's such a bad roll. This is Pathfinder all over again.
That is 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. So Teddy does not show up again for a few hours. Beatrix, what are you doing that night?
I'm looking through my tags, trying to figure out what the best course of action would be.
We don't have to just roll investigate a mystery for this night. We can just cut to the next day too. I was expecting to cut to the next day, and then people had things they wanted to do the night before. So if you want to do anything the night before, you're super welcome to.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if there's something that would be reasonable for me to do the night before. I feel bad because I can't think of anything that she would do, especially something that she would be suited for. I think she's maybe a little shaken after like the Jane encounter anyway. So
yeah, that was kind of harrowing because she just was looming over you.
Yeah.
And you seemingly only got out of that by the fact that you were friends with Jack.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're friends with Jack? Yes. Cool. Leaves.
Yeah. So I kind of think that she's maybe a little too shaken, but I do kind of want to know who my roommate is.
Who is your roommate?
Zach,
I mean, for
list of
maximum gay
NPCs.
panic, Miranda could be.
Oh no, Miranda has her own room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
she's too high up there.
Yeah.
You could have one of those scoundrelous girls, Tamsin Pine or Cherry Vane,
Ooh.
who are both extremely upset that they're not each other's roommates.
That's so good.
They both got paired with prefects.
Yeah.
That was probably intentional, to be fair, on the part of
Yeah.
the staff. So
Yeah, so like you look across the room to the other bed where Tamsin Pine is sitting with her pant legs, her like trouser legs rolled up to her knees, whittling a piece of wood with a knife she shouldn't have.
casual reminder that you are a prefect.
Yeah. I think I'll probably remind her that I'm a prefect.
Yeah? Okay.
That was so uncommanding.
Well, cool. So here you go. And she hands you a whittled pawn chess piece.
Yikes.
Wow. I think
I can take a request from the next one.
there won't be a next one, and Beatrix extends a hand for Tamsin to give her the knife.
She hands you the block of wood.
You could use
I want to
convince.
intimidate this girl
Yes.
into
Absolutely.
what's
There's
That is
convince.
that is a move. Convince, yes, that's for sure. So yeah, when you use your ability to talk, threaten, or seduce someone to do what you want, roll plus power on a hit. They choose a relevant status with a tier equal to power. Your target can choose to either take the status or on a 7 to 9, given a little bit, protect their own agenda. On 10 plus, to change their agenda to include yours, at least for the time being. So yeah, roll. Yeah, so flag some tags and let's see what happens.
I'm gonna flag Control Freak.
Yeah.
I'm going. Stop that roll 20. I'm going to flag Authoritative. I think I could also do Hold Myself to a higher standard and Wants to do good.
I mean, I guess this is good, but it's like, you know.
It's a little petty. Okay, that's
I think
fair.
I think it's a little petty.
How about Veneer of Respectability?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, roll convince.
I'm delighted by Beatrix tried to assert her authority after feeling so wobbly after that encounter with Jade. Just like, I need to feel like I have something.
Yeah.
No.
Of course.
Oh, buddy.
Incredible. I wish I could say mark XP, but that's not how this game works.
I'll mark XP in my heart.
Tamsin looks down at your hand, looks up at you.
Give her a high five.
She folds the knife and hands it to you, and then reaches into her pocket and pulls out a second one.
I love her. This is amazing.
I feel like that's a good place to fade to black on.
Yeah. So, Jack, you're woken in the middle of the night by a rapping at your chamber door. Something tapping at your at the window sill, and you see Teddy, red-faced from exertion,
Which is impressive.
holding on for dear on life to the window.
You can't take
I
the
will
stickers.
sort of quietly go over and open the window. Just like,
He like falls into a pile on the floor. He said, "All right, kid. You know how the library makes me like, ooh,
yeah.
Southeast Lockers is worse."
Has it always been like that?
No.
Oh.
I can't actually get over there.
Then where
I
have you
tried. Asleep.
Asleep.
I went there,
Uh-huh.
and then I fell asleep. I am not supposed to be able to sleep.
Are you okay?
It's weird. It's weird to dream when you're dead.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was like, it was like being alive again. And that is not something that's been a thing for a while, you know?
I like sit cross-legged, like next to him on the floor.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on over there, but something weird is going on over there.
All right.
And maybe if you check it out in the morning and I'm with you, it won't happen again, but I really don't know.
I don't want you to get hurt.
I still can't get hurt. I'm still
If it made you sleep, if it can make you sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but it's weird.
Well, thank you for looking. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Gotta look out for you, right?
Right.
Speaking of sleep, you should probably do it.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of hypocritical considering I just woke you up.
A little bit.
I will keep watch.
Okay. Thanks, Ted.
Of course, kid. He ruffles your hair. I think he can touch you. He can physically interact with you.
We
but
didn't
with no one
establish
else.
as much, but I like that he can.
Yeah.
So
He can tap. It's what was that one movie about that kid who was a ghost and was walking around his hometown because he was dying because he got mugged or something.
I don't know. I don't think I saw that one.
It was I have to solve my own murder, and he's going around as a ghost, and there was just the one girl who could see him. It was
Casper.
mid 2000s. No. It was a weird movie. But there was things in that movie where he could pick up stuff and throw it around, do shit. And then when he turned back around, nothing had actually changed.
Oh, okay.
But he could in the moment physically interact with things. It just wouldn't actually affect anybody else.
Yeah.
So I think Teddy's got kind of the same rules where he can touch things and move things and pick stuff up, but he's not actually.
Yeah.
And you're the only one who experiences those.
Cool. That probably tracks
things.
with most ghosts as well, because we said it was Jack is sort of in the space between, or exists there simultaneously. So, which is cool. All the more reasons for other ghosts to mess me around later.
I wonder if Jack had some sort of sickness scare as a little kid. That, where she got resuscitated or
Maybe.
something.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's the classic medium thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
So the next morning rolls around, and there is absolutely no announcement on any official channels about why there was an emergency yesterday.
So it's class as usual?
Well, it's a
It's
Saturday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it is. It's just
Why did I write down it was Friday? Oh, I did write down it was Friday. I didn't read the first paragraph. I would like to immediately just go hunt down Beatrix.
Mm-hmm. Beatrix, you wake up the next morning and find just a bunch of chess pieces in a little bunch of wooden chess pieces in a perimeter around your bed.
It's so passive aggressive.
It's beautiful.
Oh, man.
Tamsin is, of course, gone already.
Yeah. I think I pick one up, glare at it, and try to, so you know how pawns have, the little round ball at the top of them, and it goes down to kind of a neck and then flares back out again? I kind of want to try to snap the quote-unquote head off of one of the pawns.
Sure, yeah, you have super strength.
Yeah. So...
So, Arden, you walk into Beatrix's room as she is breaking a pawn in half.
Ooh. Rough night?
You could say
Wow.
that.
Arts and crafts?
They're not mine, and she uses the side of her foot to, just kind of, shuffle the chess pieces under, Tamsin's bed.
Well, we got a mystery to solve. Let's go investigate. Can you get me into places?
I mean, I can certainly try, I guess. What are we investigating?
Alright, so she whips out her little notebook. She's I don't have much, because then Julia came and yelled at me. So, Talia time, got taken to the nurse's office. Some shenanigans are going down in the southeastern lockers, so we're going to head over to the lockers. We can grab Jack along the way, or you can grab Jack. I don't want to get too close to the room in case Isabella is there. And we can just go poke around a little bit. We're doing a story. So obviously they'll let us by, right? Right. All right, cool.
Right.
Let's go do that. You can't tell me you're not, like, the least bit, little bit curious. I'm surprised they haven't, like, called you in for a meeting yet. Ooh, did I interrupt you before you're getting called in for a meeting? Doesn't matter. We'll find out when we get over there.
Yeah. Beatrix goes and knocks firmly but politely on Jack's door.
Isabella Vickery opens it.
That noise, and it wasn't me. That was Arden felt that in her soul, though.
Maybe, yeah.
No.
Beatrix just kind of clears her throat and is like, good morning, Ms. Vickery. I'm here to collect Jack, if you don't mind.
Well, if you're asking for her hand, I must decline. Jack, you've got your honeybees here.
I sort of hop into view, like, having been getting dressed. It's just like, say it to who now? Oh, hey.
Pay no mind to Miss Vickery.
I pay about as much mind to her as she does to me.
Which is a lot. She's got to stop.
Doting on her every word, of course.
Does anyone ever tell? I sort of grab, like, I know, I'm
she's so obnoxious.
I'm pulling my gloves on, and just sort of, like, passing out the room to past me, just like, you know you're a lot, right?
Yes, of course, I'm a star.
I just pat her on the arm as I've got my gloves on now, just like, and just like...
I think Isabella is like kind of is like the all of your friends are my friends sort of rival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I think Jack treats Vickery like, I obviously, surprising nobody, was a drama kid and did a drama degree, so I'm used to
really?
What? So I'm just used to people like that. Just like, I think Jack finds her amusing more than anything else, and because there's that, she's always nicer to Jack than a lot of people are. So sort of just like, okay, you and Arden have your thing, and you're nice, and you could make my life miserable, and you don't, so we're fine. Mm-hmm. So,
is Arden present in this scene?
No.
How far down the hall is she listening?
I'm trying to decide if she's, like, still in Beatrix's room or just waiting. Like, I kind of like the idea of her just waiting by the stairs and but, like, still within sight also. So I think that's she's just, like, waiting at the stairwell.
So while Beatrix is talking to Jack, Arden looks at Beatrix and is like, so where is she?
Isabella looks at Beatrix.
Yeah, Isabella looks at Beatrix. Or I might have said the wrong name.
You said Arden.
Oh, yeah, Isabella. Yeah, the coin. She's like, so where is she? Nearby? And she sticks her head out and, like, looks down the hall and sees Arden.
Arden is studiously ignoring that. Making
Hello,
notes.
great detective. Solve the crimes.
Beatrix just kind of, like, covers her face with one hand and shakes her head.
Jack literally just snorts.
Arden just looks up, glares, and snaps her notebook shut, and then swivels around into the stairwell so you can't see her anymore.
What does Isabella look like, actually?
I imagine just someone who is very, like, tall, graceful, long, dark hair, just very, looks like everyone is just always smiling. I don't have a face claim for her. I just kind of like the idea of she has very nice, long, thick black hair. It's just kind of all I got.
It, like, as she like sticks her head out, it like sways like a big curtain.
Yeah, it's very nice hair.
She's got good hair. That's a girl with good hair.
It's a girl with good hair.
Cool. So yes, Judah's not stopping you from leaving. So if you want to just go, you can go.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're in the stairwell, I'm going to glance around to make sure nobody's immediately in the vicinity. I'm just like, so Teddy can't go in the southeast lockers anymore. I got him to go have a look after Vickery told me that something had happened over there, and that's weird. It made him go to sleep. He doesn't sleep.
Arden just has her I don't believe in ghosts look on her face. And just says, well, that's why we're going.
Okay, good. All right.
We have to stop by the society. I have to pick up my camera. I did leave it there. But otherwise, we're heading over.
I think something's going to be weird. And possibly
I hope so.
bad.
Did you say possibly dead?
I said possibly bad, but possibly dead
sorry.
is also...
You cut out.
I mean, Teddy doesn't like going to the library either, and head librarian Drake is...
Well, all I have is a name, and that she was taken to the nurse's office. So, bad, yes. Injured, yes. I'm so excited to find out what's going on.
Do either of you know her?
Not really.
Is it...
So Talia Time was mentioned in passing last session.
Oh, is she one of the birthday house people?
No, she's not. She was mentioned during the planning for the dance.
All right.
Because she is the captain of the archery club.
Oh, okay.
I thought her name sounded familiar.
That she would want to be part of the archery competition.
Okay, cool. I didn't write her name down.
The southeast locker is also nearby the archery pitch.
I was going to say, so that's like tennis courts and stuff over there. Like it's the sports.
That's the sports.
It's the sports.
That's the sports spot.
So
what's the plan?
I would, if we're going to go, I imagine we want to be sneaky about getting there. Because...
I was kind of just going to be like, well, we're the Journalism Society, so obviously we have an obligation and the authority to investigate stories.
I mean, if you think that'll work.
I don't see why it shouldn't.
Okay, well, how about we try your way first, and then if that doesn't work, we'll see about getting in the other way.
Yep.
Okay.
What are the two ways of getting in?
Brazenly and then sneakily.
I see.
So,
cool. So you're heading... What's that?
So I guess it depends on, as we approach, if there's people there to convince to let us in, or whatever that looks like, I guess.
Yeah, so you head over to the... in the direction of the southeast lockers. You head over to like the borders of the shores of Walden Pond. There's a bridge that goes across the pond to where the sports section is, and standing on that bridge with her arms crossed is Julia Castle.
Oh my! Oh boy! Should we shove her off the bridge?
Wow. So much for using our sway as the Journalism Society.
Julia Castle with long pinned up black hair and fiery blue eyes in her impeccable school uniform, even on a Saturday, arms crossed, feet set, rooted like a tree on this bridge as she makes eye contact with you as you approach.
Good morning, Julia! Looking prim and proper as always.
Of course. It's regular.
It's Saturday.
Did the rules stop meaning anything on a Saturday? No, they don't. Likewise, this place is off limits. there is no need for any sports today, so you can turn around and go back where you came from.
Arden sort of like waves her camera and just says, Journalism Society, we have the ability to go investigate.
Investigate what?
I just want to see what's going on.
What are you talking about? Nothing's going on.
Then why are you standing here?
Because this place is off limits.
Why is it off limits?
None of your business.
Suspicious.
Perhaps to a suspicious person.
Is this the face of a suspicious person?
Yes.
Arden did not actually expect that response. I would like to convince her to move.
Can't. That's very hard.
I know.
You're gonna take like a -2 to it because of her, like, you know, dogged I am the law like thing.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is the way how this kind of works is that like is that, like, you know, other people have their own like tags effectively, and
Right.
that can affect yours. So like, yeah, hers is you know, unshakable sense of law, which is like a, you know, tier 2 ability or whatever.
How many tags am I allowed to use?
You can use whatever tag you think will work.
How do I assist again?
That is
You need to have a help point on Arden first, which
Ah,
I think you have.
Beans.
I thought you had a help with Arden.
We used it last
Ah.
time when investigating Jane.
Yeah.
Ah.
The only thing I have is a hurt die on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you did not grab a hurt or help point at the end of last session.
How do we track those?
You basically at the end of every session, you pick a character that you had the most meaningful
Oh.
interaction with, and
No, I
add
don't-
one help or hurt to them.
I think we
Oh,
skipped that.
I don't think
Yeah,
we did
I don't
that
think we did
'cause
that.
We ran late.
Oh, okay, well, you could have if you wanted to, just to let
All right,
so that
then
you
I'll
have.
just-
You could
I was
just
like,
have.
I will add that to Beatrix.
Yeah, and so spending help, you can spend 1 for 1 for a just as positive or negative status. You can also change the game
Mm.
to generate juice, which you can also spend to inflict a positive or negative status. Juice is
Juice.
yeah. When you use your abilities to give yourself or your allies an advantage. Juice is like another fictional currency that you spend to like increase or decrease things.
Okay. So anyway, I am. Oh, should I be marking attention on my cards?
I don't think so. That's usually for like when you get answers or make a hard choice,
Okay.
or you know, like stuff like related to your mythos.
All right. So I'm debating if I want to use enter unopposed or access to private info.
Okay.
I think enter unopposed. And then my cut to the truth and journalism room. Can I technically use that?
You're not there, so no.
Okay, I wasn't too sure if that's what it was or not.
Journalism room is like that's like your like thing. So when you go to the journalism room to do things
Then
in
I
the
can use
journalism
it
room,
in the room.
you use, yes.
Fabulous. Okay.
You could use veneer of respectability again.
Yeah, she said my face looked untrustworthy.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
our,
but
it's
she
our
thinks-
crew thing as the Journalism Society, rather
What
than it
was
being
that?
a you specific thing.
Yes.
That was
'Cause
that
it's
was a use, but yeah, you're here together.
It's all three of us together.
Mhm. But you are going to take a -2 to this roll,
I know.
because she does not, because she has an unshakable sense of law.
And then I would like to use. No, I'll just use those three.
Are you just doing convince, or are you doing change the game to try and shake her inshakable
Oh.
sense of law?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
Well,
okay.
so the helping or interfering would be you could change the game to be able to interfere. on Beatrix's hit parts if she wanted to help and didn't have a help point. You could also just spend your help points to give a +1 status to Arden's thing. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to spend the points or roll the dice, basically.
Okay. Beatrix, were you going to or no?
I think I want to save it because I feel like there's probably going to be a more dramatic moment that I'll need it for.
Yeah. And then, again, we can always sneak around after this. So am I convincing or changing the game at this point?
Well, right now, convincing her would just be convincing her.
Okay.
Yeah, change the game would be to generate juice, which you could use to do a status, but that would not what you're doing right now.
Nope. All right, so here we are. I got a 10.
Wow.
Nice.
10. Damn.
Yeah, that's all I'm rolling, really.
Well, kick ass. Cool. So on the 10 plus, they changed their agenda to include yours at least for the time being. Or take a status equal to power, which was 1.
Does that include the -2 though?
Yeah,
it does.
Because I used 3. Yeah. I used 3 markers, so in the end, I was just
-2. Final power was 1.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very. It's actually really cool how that works. She her eyes narrow.
She's like, I have Beatrix here with me. As you know, Beatrix does keep me in line, if that is part of the problem.
2 girls have already tried to look around at the southeast lockers and passed out. So it is.
Who went looking?
Let me look at my notes.
Yeah, you immediately see kind of that's a clue face come over Arden's expression.
Jack has purposely been kind of hanging back a little bit because she has that sort of can drag things down for the group sometimes. We're just sort of who passed out? Leaning round from behind Beatrice.
Eileen Mortensen and Jessica Valiant. They're both in the nurse's office now, so you can understand why I would be loath to let someone else go over there and potentially fall victim to whatever gas leak is affecting people.
Well, this way, we can write a story about it, and we can ensure that everyone is well aware and doesn't come investigating.
I suppose it is for the greater good, but be careful. Don't breathe too deeply. We don't know where this gas is coming from that's causing these fainting spells.
I think Arden will pull out a kerchief and just be like, I'll tie this around my nose, and we'll be going.
She steps aside. But come back quickly. I don't want to have to go and carry you out of there.
Gives another little salute and walks on past.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, you rolled 10, so good job. A great success, it says.
Yeah, hell yeah. Arden only knows how to succeed.
So you move in, and immediately the timbre of the world kind of shifts as you cross the bridge into the sport fields.
So that whole area's got a vibe to it.
A very strong vibe. It becomes warmer, but with a nice breeze. The edges of things become fuzzier, like you're looking at them through a soft angle camera. And it's just you become not necessarily tired, but more aware of the effort that it takes to move your limbs.
I don't like it.
All right, ladies. Let's start investigating.
It is the perfect day for a nap. So what are you doing?
Investigating!
Okay, well, so
I'm writing notes. Sorry, hold on. I'm catching up on my notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and still PBTA, so it's not just say we're investigating. We want to talk about what it looks like.
Right. I think Arden is immediately just snapping pictures of, anything that looks a little off, and she'll investigate later. But just kind of like, might as well just take pictures now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that means we've got 3 girls in the nurse's office so far.
Mm-hmm. So,
I
do
want to
we
know,
think?
what were
what
Eileen and
happened-
Jessica snooping around here for?
Do we know either of them?
Not closely. They're just
Okay.
normal girls. They don't really, they're people, but they don't like come up like in the same way that some other people like
Sure.
make trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Jack.
Yeah.
Do we want to head to the lockers first, or save that for last?
I mean, we could. I'm like looking around to see if there are any ghosts nearby, being nosy or whatever. We talked about there being a weird number of ghosts around the school.
No, for sure. But I'm just being like in this area.
Sure.
I don't know. Is this investigate? I guess this might just be roll. Yeah, this is investigate. To like look around for ghosts.
Okay. I guess that would literally be using the dead speak I listen.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got any other tags that apply here. So I need to stop missing is what I need to stop doing.
Mood.
So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
The dead speak and you listen, for sure. But they're not speaking around here. There are no ghosts in this area. But as you open your mind to like look and like feel the currents, you hear strange, like warbly kind of not garbled, but like faded, muted, not coming from a real instrument, fiddle music.
Okay.
It's the slaughter.
Huh. You said it didn't really have a direction. Sort of just all around
it's
sort
like
of sound.
Like ambient, like
Yeah.
like a lullaby played on a violin.
Mm-hmm.
You should actually all roll to face danger.
What? Oh, sorry. Nope. Don't ignore that. What kind of danger?
Yeah.
So when you use your abilities to avoid an incoming hit, endure harm, or resist a malevolent influence, or hold it together, this is like holding it together as you feel your body attempt to shut down and fall asleep.
Okay.
I would like to use logical deduction
Okay.
to be like, no, this is bullshit.
I would like to use Indomitable.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use Determined.
Uh-huh.
I would like to use Control Freak
Okay.
because I want to keep control of myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would like to use Impeccably Put Together because I'm not going to let myself just fall asleep in the middle of like the archery pitch.
Yeah. Okay, so here's actually I name a status, and that status is asleep, and the tier is 3.
Oh my
Oof.
god.
Let's see, do I have anything else? Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So what do the as far as the tier goes, what does that mean for me putting together my role?
It doesn't mean anything for your role yet, but on a 10 plus, you fend off the effect, take no status at all. On a 7 or 9, you take this status, but with -1 tier. On a miss, you take the full status.
Okay. Big
and so
money,
you're-
no whammies.
You're all going to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about if I've got any tags to help me with this.
Holy shit!
Beatrix Poole rolls a 15.
Beatrice
Damn.
Poole says, no, I don't!
She rolls an 11 plus 4. So,
Sheesh.
yeah, Beatrix, you shake off the dregs of sleep. this force that is moving to affect your friends and you remain conscious.
Yeah, all I really got is a logical deduction in as much as this is not logical.
Captain, this is illogical.
Here we go.
Oh!
It's a 6.
Jack.
I don't think I really have any tags that I can realistically spin to this, except maybe to one's own self be true, which is just sort of like, I'm used to not, the way I'll put it actually, is I'm used to ignoring stuff around me because people are always saying stuff about me and I just tend to ignore it. So I'm used to sort of like letting outside stuff wash over me because it doesn't matter. So I could argue that. I think that is the only one that I could really use because Teddy isn't around right now. I'm assuming because I can't constantly just rely on that. So I will roll with 1 and see how I do.
Ooh,
Damn!
yay!
You rolled a full-on 12. So
Hell yeah.
Jack and Beatrix, you are walking through this area, like feeling like this soft ambient fiddle, like the jingling of some sort of bell, and then you hear a slump as Arden behind you just full on passes out.